And let me show you this. We are going to be working on some fun different patterns from the book Cool Songs for Cool Kids from the Cool Songs series. Last month, if you remember, we looked at Blue Lagoon and we were talking about pentascales. Well, today what I'd like to do is work on H2O Ready, Set, Go. This is the next piece from the book. And then I'd also like to talk about the unicorn that got away. So we're going to be looking at both of those pieces today. We're going to be talking about kind of teaching students about these fun pieces. Remember, I like to teach music theory the fun way. I like to share cool songs that I've composed, and I share those on my website, musicmotivation.com. And then I like to teach music theory the fun way, but the practical application of music theory. So what I want to do is, first off, I'm going to play H2O Ready, Set, Go. I'll explain the theory behind the cool song, and then we'll talk about why I composed it and what you can do with it. Let me go to the overhead view. All right, so this is H2O Ready, Set, Go. This is from my book, Cool Songs for Cool Kids Primer Level, if you can see that right there. This is H2O Ready, Set, Go. Essentially, what we have done, down at the very bottom of the page, I show the blocked and broken C major triad. Now, this is the Apprentice Stage, so this will be a little easier, and then we'll do the Maestro Stage here in half an hour, and then we'll go to the Virtuoso Stage, so things will get more advanced, but this is more for beginner level students. This is H2O Ready, Set, Go. Let me play this for you, and you can hear how it sounds. It's just a simple piece. This is what it sounds like. Now, it's a pentascale. We could do that starting on F, G, D. We could start anywhere we wanted, but what we're doing is we're taking a pentascale, the C, D, E, F, G. It's the first 5 notes of the full C major scale. And then we have the C major triad. Blocked would be like this. That's a C major chord, C, E, G. If I do a broken C major chord, I break it apart like that. Well, if you notice, that's what we did. It's very simple. It's a C major chord. Essentially, that is all we are doing right there. Look at the right hand. Let me hold this up a little higher. Okay. That's the C major chord, breaking it apart, and it's H2O Ready, Set, Go. I created little words to help students learn, kind of have some fun lyrics that they can sing if they want. But we're essentially taking a C major triad. Now remember how we create a C major triad. We have the perfect fifth interval, and then we have the major third interval. This is C, E, G. It's a C major triad. Well, it's a simple chord. That's a C major chord. Triad because we have 3 notes. You can play that blocked, you can play it broken. If I play it broken, I could start from the bottom and play the bottom, then the middle, then the top. Or I could start at the top and play from the top back to the middle and the bottom. That's a broken C major chord. So I'm playing the C major triad, and I can break it apart. I can start at the bottom, I can start at the top. I can even start in the middle. And I'm taking a C major chord and breaking it apart. Now, the reason why I explained that and help students understand, you can take any of these chords and start composing. Again, when I played H2O Ready, Set, Go, we're breaking apart the chord. Well, how do we apply that? practical application again. I could take that simple H2O Ready, Set, Go that I just played, and I could also, if I come back over here to my book Essential Piano Exercises, I could take my book Essential Piano Exercises, and I'm going to come in here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I want to show you some examples. Okay, starting on page 28, we have these intervals, harmonic intervals. Now, when we talk about harmonic intervals, here I wrote down that the word interval just refers to the distance from one note to another. When we have an interval, we can do first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then the eighth or the octave. Those are all intervals. It means the distance from one key to the next. Well, I'm going to put this up. We're just doing intervals, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And again, this is from my book, Essential Piano Exercises, right here. You can find this. The paperback is available on Amazon. The spiral bound is available on my website. Down here, this is page 28, is where we are. This is what I'm going to show you and play, and then we'll talk about this. You can buy the PDF book from my website, musicmotivation.com as well. But let me play this for you. It's just a simple example of doing intervals, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now remember, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. When we play them together, those are known as harmonic intervals. So this would be the harmonic second, harmonic third, harmonic fourth, harmonic fifth. If we break them apart and play one after the other, then they are known as melodic intervals. If I said to play a melodic second from C, that's a melodic second. Melodic third would be C to E. Melodic fourth, C to F. Melodic fifth, C to G. So let me play this. This is an exercise for the harmonic intervals, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now we're just sliding to the right each time. We're going to only do this, and then we're going to slide to the right and go to D. Slide to the right, go to E. Slide to the right, go to F. Okay, each time we're just sliding to the right. Slide to the right, go to G. Slide to the right, go to A. Slide to the right, go to B. Slide to the right, go to C. And then on page 29, we come backwards. We start at the top and we go down where we're doing the fifth, the fourth, the third, the second, and the first. So we come back down according to the C major scale. Now I'm just moving up and down. If you think about it, the reason why I'm trying to explain a little more, I'm just following the C major scale. I'm moving up and down according to my C major scale. So coming down on page 29, now again, we're doing intervals. These are, again, this is very basic, very beginner level, but we're just doing first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now, the reason why I teach that is because you can start to take these intervals, and let's say we start on C. You remember how we've talked about the basic triads from the C major scale? Well, what if I want to start with C as my one chord, and then I want to jump up to the F major chord? That's the 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's say I want to go to the 5 chord G, and maybe go back down to the 3rd chord, the E minor, but I want to break them apart. So I can start to break these apart. I'm following a chord progression. This chord progression happens to be 1, 4, 5, 3, and then I think I went back to 2, 1. So we're going up and coming down. Well, I could use those intervals just to start to create and play around with, kind of like my cool songs that I composed. Make something up. Follow that chord progression, play C major, then jump up to F major, then go to G major, then drop down to E minor, drop down to D minor, and then come back down to C major. The chord progression is 1, 4, 5, 3, 2. And again, I'm pulling my fingers back so you can see. You wouldn't play like this, okay? But this is 1, C major. Then we jump up to F major. And then we jump up to the G major chord. Then we drop down to E minor, drop down to D minor, and then we drop down to C major. That's it. That is all we are doing. So if I were to play around with that, I could create something like this. Watch this. My left hand, I'm just going to play a perfect fifth interval, while the right hand plays these harmonic intervals, starting on 1, 4, 5, 3, or 2. Watch this. I start with 1. My right hand, I'm just doing different intervals. So watch, I'm just creating a simple pattern, third interval to the fifth interval, and then I played a fourth interval, and then I played a third interval, and then a second interval. My left hand just played a perfect fifth interval. And then I went up to the F major chord. Then I went up to the G major chord, and here I did a perfect fifth interval. And then I dropped down to the E minor chord. And then I dropped down to the D minor chord. And then I went down to C. Again, it's a very simple pattern, but I'm using intervals. Now, those were just harmonic intervals. I could do the same thing with melodic. Same thing going up to F. Going up to G. Going down to E. Going down to D. Going down to C. Now, what is so fun is you can combine with harmonic and melodic intervals. Again, I'm taking a simple progression. Now, all I did, and again, this is from my book, Essential Piano Exercises, every piano player should know. All I did was play this exercise where we have harmonic intervals. It's found on pages 28 and 29. And it's very simple. I mean, we're just doing harmonic intervals. That's it. And we're moving up to the right. I'm taking this pattern and then starting to play around. Now, if you go to page 30 and 31 from this book, Essential Piano Exercises, here I am on pages 30 and 31. Now I'm going to actually take and do the left hand playing a perfect fifth interval while the right hand plays the pentascale. Let me play this exercise for you. This is a pentascale practice. I'm just going to play page 1. It actually goes through all, well, actually I'll go from C to C because it goes all the way up and then it comes back down, but it's 2 or 3 pages. I'm just going to play up through an octave. So watch this. The left hand is doing a perfect fifth interval and we're doing quarter notes. And then the right hand is doing eighth notes, doing the pentascale. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be switching back and forth. Watch this. So we're doing that with the left hand. And then we're going to swap. Now the right hand is going to do the perfect fifth interval, while the left hand does the pentascale as eighth notes. So watch this. Okay, we're just going back and forth, kind of switching positions. And then same thing, I'm going to follow the C major scale, going up according to each note from the C major scale. Like the left hand is playing the perfect fifth interval on C, and we do that for 4 measures. And then starting on measure 5, we go to the D and A right there. So watch, I'll start there on D. And then we'll slide to the right, go to E. Slide to the right, go to F. And again, we're just going back and forth, changing hands. Then we slide to the right. Slide to the right. Slide to the right. One after the other, and then we slide to the right. And then we slide to the right, and we're back to C again. And then we start coming down. I'm not going to do that. On pages 31, 32, it starts descending and coming down where we're at the top. And so we're practicing going back and forth. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time with that. But what I want you to think about is how we take these exercises. And again, this was just I just played pages 30, and then it goes on to 31, 32. This is just a simple pentascale exercise, and it's from my book, Essential Piano Exercises. But that is what we are working on. We're working with pentascales, and we're working on all of them created from the C major scale. Now, once you get into other key signatures, you can do that in other keys as well. If I went from G to G, playing the G major scale, we have 1 sharp, it's an F sharp. So the pentascale would be this. And then we could slide to the right, just in the key of G major. Slide to the right. When we get to B, because in the key of G we have an F sharp, so every time I see an F, it's going to be a sharp. So we're practicing doing that in all keys. And that's why with this cool song, H2O, Ready, Set, Go, we're working on kind of this 5-finger pattern. and we're taking the chords, breaking them apart. Now I'm going to turn the page, and we're going to look at the next one in the book. Again, this is from my book, Cool Songs for Cool Kids Primer Level. This is The Unicorn That Got Away. See that right there? Let me play this for you. So this is The Unicorn That Got Away. I love teaching brand new students how to play The Unicorn That Got Away because we're only using the C major pentascale. That's it. The left hand is primarily playing the perfect fifth interval, and yet I tried to create a fun, memorable melody that students could listen and hear, but I also wanted them not just to stay in this position, I wanted them to go all over the piano. I don't know if you, when I showed that, if you noticed this, okay, again, this is Unicorn That Got Away. And at the top, below the title, I always like to have the dynamics, what the piece, what we're learning, and then I explain and talk about that. Right here, MF, mezzo forte or medium loud, F, forte or loud. Here we have P for piano or soft, and then two F's together equals fortissimo or very loud, and then MP equals mezzo piano or medium soft. Now again, those are Italian terms. Bartolomeo Cristofori, who invented the piano, originally it was known as the pianoforte, he invented the piano because it was the first instrument that could be both piano soft and forte loud. So all of these markings that we have, they are Italian terms. We're essentially speaking Italian. Italian is the musical language because Bartolomeo Cristofori, who invented the piano, was Italian. He was a contemporary of Leonardo da Vinci. So if you look at this right here, this is the dynamics. Now, down here, this is what we're going to be playing. Notice how I put the 8 VA, and then I even put 15 MA to go up 2 octaves. I wanted students who are brand new, who have never played the piano, who have only learned how to play C, D, E, F, G in this 5-finger position right here, to be able to then explain to them you go up an octave because of the 8 VA, and then tell them you go up 2 octaves because of 15 MA, but then they can have this big, powerful, beautiful sound, even though they're brand new beginning level students. And I'll have students who are little 4, 5, 6-year-old students. Now, I don't teach usually students under the age of 12 because I primarily focus with teens and adults. But I have met with many piano teachers that they'll assign 4, 5, 6-year-old students this piece because it sounds so big, but they're playing in this position, but they're learning how to jump up here and how to jump up here because we're still playing C, D, E, F, G. We're just going up an octave. Let me play The Unicorn That Got Away. The left hand is only playing a perfect fifth interval. Listen to how it sounds. Hold on for a second. I just hit a switch, cut off the sound. Let me start that over again. Let's see. You know what? It's not wanting to do it down there for some reason. Now that's it. That's the cool song, Unicorn That Got Away. If you notice, with the piano music, we're in this position, just a pentascale position, but because I have them go up an octave, and then I have them go up 2 octaves, and then they come back down, all of a sudden the student is going all over the keyboard instead of just staying in this little pentascale position. They're jumping up, they're going down, they're moving all over, and it's fun. They're just going up an octave, but they're still in that 5-finger pentascale position. And then they go up another octave. Now they're 2 octaves up, but they're still reading as if they were in this pentascale position. And then they come down. And that's it. We're kind of moving all over the place, going up and going down. But again, this is what we're working on, the unicorn that got away. And students love playing this, especially this is for, again, brand new students. This is from my book, Cool Songs for Cool Kids primer level. And of course, we have book 1, we have book 2, we have book 3, we have Cool Songs that Rock. In the Cool Song series, we have primer level, book 1, book 2, book 3, Cool Songs that Rock, book 1, Cool Songs that Rock, book 2. And each book has 21 pieces, except for Cool Songs book 3 and then Cool Songs that Rock. Those ones that Rock 2, those ones actually have, I think, 10 pieces in each book, 10 to 12 pieces, because they're much larger pieces. They're like 5 to 6, sometimes 8 pages each piece, because they're more advanced. So, but with all of these, Cool Songs for Cool Kids, primer, book 1, they have, 21 pieces. And so that is what I want you to work on. It's practicing the unicorn that got away, okay? For Cool Kids, primer level, this is the unicorn that got away. And then we were working on some of the exercises from my book, Essential Piano Exercises. It's helping you and piano students learn about the intervals. Remember, we have harmonic intervals and we have melodic intervals. Harmonic, think harmony. Melodic, think melody. And then you can break those apart. Very simple. It's not too difficult. But try working on that and have fun playing the unicorn that got away. I think you'll really enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to start the Maestro stage right now. So we're going to stop this, and then we're going to go into the Maestro stage. Those of you who are logging into your accounts, who have signed up for our weekly online group piano lessons, you can log into your account, and then you'll have access to all of these weekly online group piano lessons that I share every single week. So you can go to musicmotivation.com to learn more about the weekly online group. But let me know if you have any questions. You're sounding great. You're doing a wonderful job. So I'll see you in a few minutes for those who are attending the Maestro stage, and then we'll have the Virtuoso stage after that. Appreciate it. Thank you, Gerald. Enjoyed a lot. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.